Our black cherry is in the ground on April 22nd. It's May 20th, and we actually have a few little tomatoes on. And more blooms coming on. May 26th. We have tomatoes and quite a few blooms. Looking good so far. We have lots of tomatoes on this one. I'm guessing it might be one of the first ones to give us ripe tomatoes, but they're setting on all the way up to the top. They have some really nice sets of blooms up here. It's June 28th, and this one's doing pretty good. We've already eaten a few of these already, and we got some more turning ripe down the bottom. But if we go plumb up to the top of the cage, as you can see, this thing's really setting on good, even in this heat. So I really like this one so far. And it's out of the top of the cage and still got plenty of blooms up top. It's looking good. It's July 11th, and I hope there won't be too much wind noise in this video. It's supposed to be 97 today, and as you can see, the wind's going nuts. So that kind of weather is really hard on tomatoes, but I want to show you this black cherry. We've been picking it for about a week or so already, and mainly want to show you the top section here. It just has an insane number of tomatoes here at the top. Those set on when it was really hot, so as you can see, it sets on well when it's hot, and through all the heat and stress and everything, it's just plugging right along. And even above the cage up here, it's got a ton of tomatoes that have set on. So this thing's really looking good. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm out here in the sunshine so you can get a better look at these. These 5 here are the black cherries, and this one is a different type of cherry tomato. I just wanted to put that there for a reference so you could see the difference in the color. So now that you've seen that, I'll take that off the plate. But I'll cut into a couple of these and we'll take a look at them. They're darker than your typical cherry tomato. And it's kind of hot and the mosquitoes are biting me, so let's go inside and talk about these a little bit more. First of all, I'd like to thank Brent over at C3 Voyage. He did a video on this tomato, and that's why I grew it this year. It looked like a good variety to grow, so thanks, Brent. I'm going to do a quick taste test and see what I think of it. I'm not a big fan of cherry tomatoes, but to me this seems to have a sweeter taste than a typical cherry tomato. Excuse me if there's any chewing noises. That's really good. And as far as what I think of the tomato is, I don't really have too many negative things to say about it. It grows really well. It sets on really well. And it tastes good. And we have this year some really hot weather, and it's been over 100 a few times, and up in the upper 90s a lot. And we even had some pretty windy days with all that heat, which it really stresses the plants. And this tomato just sails right on through it all, and it has tomatoes that are set on above the cage, and you just can't beat that. So it looks like we should be enjoying these for the rest of the summer. And as far as growing it again, I think this will be one of my regulars. That's what I like to do, is grow new varieties each year and maybe pick out one or two to grow every year. And I think this is going to make my list to grow every year. So I would recommend it to anybody that wants to give it a try. It's a nice, sweet little cherry tomato that really produces and seems to be pretty hardy.